Hi, I'm Annika Johnson from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go.
Hello everybody out there. It's going to be Door County Dude episode today. My sister's not available, so it's Kit and I taking over.
Yeah, so we are excited because we get to do a cocktail. I had such a response. Like I've not the whole Door County Girl thing with like I had two people come up to me. They're like, "Can you do another cocktail?" And I had somebody send me an email, "Can you do another cocktail?" And then our friend who lives behind us at Al's, he goes, "You know what? I made that old fashioned that you made." He's like, "It is better than the one I make at home, so now I make it that way." So he's like, "So now we need to do another cocktail."
Cocktails.
Yeah, obviously.
More and more cocktails.
And it's dude time, so like, I mean, no, not that matters. Annika likes a good cocktail too.
Oh yeah,
so.
oh yeah.
So today I am making, I think, my favorite cocktail lately, at least this year, and it's interesting because it's becoming more and more of like a hot cocktail, like not physically hot, but just popular hot cocktail, and it's called a paper plane. And you've never heard of it.
What is the paper plane? And you said, you'll find out.
It is actually really simple to make. The only issue with it is that they may have two ingredients in it, two alcohols that you may not have in your, well, one you may have now.
One you have to make a trip to
But
buy.
one you might have to make a special trip and buy. But I do think it's worth to have the liquor in your household because you can use it with a lot of other fun stuff. Let alone it's actually just a nice one to drink on its own if you want to have like a little digestif or aperitif. This cocktail I like because I think it's a perfect cocktail to have right before you eat because it sort of just gets your taste buds ready and that kind of thing.
Is it a seasonal cocktail or is it any time?
I think it's any time. It's just like, bourbon's really popular. It is a bourbon cocktail. I tend to lean more towards that area. This one was actually not like an old cocktail. Oh, we're bringing back this cocktail. It was actually invented at this bar in Chicago called the Violet Hour. Which is a really popular bar. It's actually lots of people who are in restaurants and stuff in Chicago. They go to this place.
But it's not like from the 40s or something.
No,
like that.
it's not at all. It's like in the early aughts. Okay. I love saying aughts too because it's just confusing. But yeah,
that sounds like Jethro.
And the other really neat thing with this is like the recipe's simple and you can make it in any size because everything is equal parts. So like it could be, out of the 4 ingredients that you're using, it's equal parts of all 4 ingredients.
I love recipes
so
like
if
that.
you want to do that, you can make it for yourself.
Right.
You can make it for, 10 people. You're just, finding that right spot where you want to make it in a large amount. My good friend Larry Majewski, who used to own Parador in Door County, he's the first one that's ever made one of these for me. And because I was just hanging out with him one night, he's like, "Hey, here, let me make a cocktail." And he made the paper plane. And in my sort of friend group, this is like one of the more popular cocktails. If you're going to sit down and make something, let alone we would just go real easy and just pour bourbon in a glass and just call it a day.
I missed the Parador. That was a great place.
It was a great place. So yeah, shout out to Larry for introducing this to me. He's worked in many restaurants and now he's just loving life living in Portugal. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Introducing people to the
to the paper plane, hopefully. Yeah. Yep. And a lot of the ingredients will be from there. So we're going to start out. We'll go through each ingredient here. We've got bourbon. I like a higher proof for my cocktails. So like 100 proof. If you got Wild Turkey 101, that's really good. So we have aperol, which now I think most people have because a lot of aperol spritz are really popular. So aperol spritz would be this champagne, maybe a little soda water if you want to do that. I just like that in champagne. Oh, sorry, we'll turn it around. But the other beautiful thing is, this is just sort of a red bitter liquor from Italy. You can use Campari if you have Campari.
Are they similar?
Yeah, they're very similar in flavor. They won't throw this cocktail off. I've used Aperol, I've used Campari. I've not really noticed a difference.
Is this the special one that you take the trip tour, or is this?
No, this next one will be. So this is Carta Amaro, but it's an amaro. An amaro makes up it'd be like if you had a category of liquor in Italy. Amaros are like bitter liquors. They use different recipes. They have different stuff to them, but like they all sort of similar, but they're very specific to the region and you know what you're using. This is the one that I just got that I could find up here. I think Bryn really loves Amaros, and she loves Nino, I think it's called, or Nino. You can,
I'll have to ask her.
You have to ask and check and see. But I mean, I've been to restaurants where they have an Amaro list and there's like 50 different Amaros on there. But I think you can get by with any one that you find in the grocery store that you want to use. It treated like wine. You want to keep it in the refrigerator after you open it, almost like a sweet vermouth. Another one that I would keep in the refrigerator just to make sure it lasts for a while. So I'm going to let you do this next part here.
Okay.
I'm going to need juice from 1 lemon. So typically if I'm just making one cocktail for myself, I'm just using, I'm going to slide these over. I'm just using one half of this as far as lemon juice. So typically I'll make this cocktail, and if I'm making it for myself, I just use 1 ounce of everything because it's all liquor cocktail except for the lemon juice.
Right. But
the lemon juice is at 1 ounce as well. I tend to use just slightly less lemon juice than I would for everything because it can be
So we're using this whole lemon, or we're using?
So I'm gonna have you juice the whole one since we're making 2 cocktails. I'm gonna get some ice for my shaker, and then once you cut it in half and then squeeze the lemon in here. And I'm just gonna borrow this because I'm gonna use this for garnish. This is just a vegetable peeler. And we're just gonna get just a nice little easy zest here for garnish.
And we're looking for 1 ounce?
So here, you did it the
old school way? I've never used one of these.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah, there you go. At least you did it the right way, because sometimes people think that the thing needs to press down on that.
That wouldn't have made sense.
No, exactly.
So we're putting that whole one in.
Put that whole one in there. Squeeze that in there. It should give us about 2 ounces. And the other neat thing is, so Bryn's our bar manager at
She knows a lot.
She knows a lot of like good stuff. She loves this cocktail too. I made it once for her, and she's like, you know, this may be my summer cocktail. Yeah, so see right there, we're right at 2 ounces here. So if you want to, you can just pour all the liquor into the measuring cup. So we can just keep on building it up to 2 ounces, 2 ounces. Otherwise, we can just pour it in. So this will bring us up to 4 ounces.
Okay.
You want to take it up to 6. And I usually put just a little more. I put less lemon juice and a little more bourbon in it, but that's just the way I like it. But I like a lot of bourbon, so. And then we'll just pour that into the shaker. But you can see how you can make this in larger quantities if you want to.
Now, being this bourbon and being from Wisconsin, is this something you could throw brandy in there as well, or no?
No, because it's going to make it too sweet.
Okay.
So like you think of this is a little sweeter. This has some subtle sweetness to them, but they have some bitterness to it too.
Okay.
I think the lemon juice just washes everything out. It takes, works well. Oh my gosh, my shaker is
Leaking.
better. Let's slide those over so that we can see.
Neat?
What's that?
You don't serve these on the rocks?
No,
or?
you're going to serve them neat. So
Okay.
I actually love if you have little like whiskey glasses that are only right around 4 ounces, or a little bit maybe 5 ounces. It brings it up to the perfect spot. It's a great way to sip at it and just sort of because I mean this is a sipper. It's not I'm going to drink the whole thing and.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I'm like spraying everything here. Sorry.
It's like drinking grapefruit juice.
It has that color. The Campari and the Amaro sort of give it a little murky red look. You have the bourbon in there and the lemon juice.
Now, how many bartenders do you think that you would walk into and say, I'll take a paper plane?
Actually, surprisingly, after this year, it's been sort of the hot drink of the summer kind of thing. All right, we can do it really officially here. I'll give you the non-washed rim. So, yeah, just a really great sipping cocktail. Here you go.
I would never guess that's
what it's going to taste like?
I would never guess. Never.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be hard to guess what the ingredients are for sure, but it just really makes just a great cocktail. Imagine having one of those before you eat a big meal. It's sort of a palate cleanser. You have the acidity, you have the bitterness. It's just a really in-depth, complicated cocktail that's really easy to make.
I would call it a summertime drink more likely, but you're right. Anytime.
Maybe I just like it a lot, so I just have it almost any time.
To me, it's almost got a grapefruity taste. I don't know.
Well, I think you'll get a little more. You have the citrus of the lemon. There's a little bit of citrus in the aperol. Or
psychologically, as I sip it, I'm expecting grapefruit, and I'm like, yeah, it's grapefruit. Close enough.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's sort of my favorite cocktail. Easy to make. Just.
And you're saying sip it, but I feel like slamming it. But I'm.
That's the wrong way to do it. My wife was like, she's like, you're halfway done with that cocktail.
I was going to say, I need a taller glass.
Yeah, you can get in trouble really quickly.
If you want me to start sipping.
Yeah, and my wife, who does not like bourbon cocktails or any of that, she likes this drink a lot. But I think it's just because it doesn't taste like you're having. I mean, we have 100 proof bourbon in this, and it does not.
No, I would have. If you'd have said what's the alcohol in there,
this is like fraternity punch.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't taste
like
punchy, but not sweet like that.
No. Well, dang, I think it's pretty darn tasty. I'm sorry my sister's missing this one.
Yeah, I know. She's gonna. It's nice when we do this one first because then we're just ready for the rest of the day.
Anybody that's been following Door County Girl and watching the cocktail episodes, absolutely. Try this. Get these ingredients and make it exactly this way.
Well, and here's the thing too. I mean, we could just pour straight amaro in like a little snifter kind of thing, and you can have this and like have it before. It is considered like sort of getting you ready for like a digestif, or it's one of those drinks that you would have like typically
a sherry
before
or something. Or?
Yeah, well, sherry's more after.
Okay.
But before your meal, like there's a lot of these sort of bitter, they have bitter elements of like these complicated liquors, especially from Italy, that are just made for you just to sip on, and it's just sort of like, oh, I'm sort of feeling ready to go.
It's like a wine base. If you read the back ingredient, I would never think.
But you can smell it. It has it.
Let's put some wine and some bourbon together.
Well, yeah. Well, more of a fortified wine here.
I'm impressed by was it Larry you said made this?
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. That's cool.
Oh, no.
I would love to say that I invented a cocktail.
Well, no, he didn't invent it.
He introduced
me to it, yeah.
Oh, no, the invention was at a bar in Chicago.
The Violet Hour in Chicago.
Yes,
if you ever get a chance to go to Chicago, definitely stop. That bar is amazing, and it is worth a trip. And in fact, you talk to anybody in Chicago, if you've been to the Violet Hour, they probably say, yeah, I've been there. So that, and then if I was going to recommend another bar, the Aviary, which is insane, which is Grant Achatz, who owns Alinea. That is a mind-blowing, world-changing bar kind of thing. Yeah.
In Chicago.
In Chicago. If you ever get a chance, if you can even get in there. And their food is crazy too, because they do like bar food that is like, it's like, oh, it's a giant pretzel, but it's not really a giant pretzel, or it's the craziest, best-tasting giant pretzel you ever had.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's worth a check. There's a lot of great restaurants in Chicago. Chicago is a wonderful place to go out and eat and stuff. And I think Door County is a wonderful place to go out and eat. We have some
many
of the best
Chicagoans think so as well.
I think so too, yeah.
Because they do come up.
And it's a lot more affordable sometimes too.
Yeah, and it's a little slower paced.
Yeah.
But absolutely, you should really go out, get these ingredients, make this cocktail exactly like this. So your first one anyway. Tweak it if you want to, but I don't think you have to.
I think, I mean, you can adjust it down. It depends on how much.
To me, there's no adjustment needed right now.
I think equal parts is
perfect.
Good. Yeah.
So don't forget to like and subscribe, and go ahead.
You know what we didn't do? We didn't say Skull.
Oh, Skull. Like and subscribe. Check us out on Door County Girl.
Hey-do.
Hey-do.
Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.